Folks, there wasn't even supposed to be a show tonight. But you know what? When Shai Gilgeous-Alexander drops a career-high 33 points, the Thunder come back from a 22-point deficit, the show's got to go on. I'm your host, Bobby Howard. Welcome to the Boomtown Hoops postgame show. With you here tonight, it's Friday night in the Big Town, and we are here to talk about a massive, massive win from the Oklahoma City Thunder, 127-125 in overtime. The Thunder spoil an absolute gem of a night from Zach LaVine, who had 35 points of his own, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, with his 33 points, 10 assists, and 5 rebounds, proved to be the bigger man today. Just an absolute wild game. Bulls led for the lion's share of this game. Usually at many points, like I mentioned, 22 points was their highest. They led by 18 most of this game in the teens, but Oklahoma City clawed back. Just an absolutely scrappy performance. Shai just kept pounding away, aided by an incredible performance from Dort as well, 21 points. Iffy three-point shooting game, 4 for 11. But you know what? With Lou, that's what you get. 8 rebounds as well from Dort. And he had a career-high 6 steals. So Lou was on the clamps tonight. Just absolute great game from Dort. What else can you say about Lou Dort that has not already been said? Just incredibly scrappy, great performance out of the Thunder to keep this game, just keep pounding away. The Bulls tried their best to pull it away at the end, just had a flat, awful final 2 minutes, but the Thunder capitalized, kept it close. And then entering overtime, Mike Muscala went off, several big threes. Excellent performance from the Moose, just really, really awesome. Anyways, my mind's blown over here, folks. I'm losing it. So I would love to hear some of your comments. It's just me out here and y'all just hanging out, enjoying this Friday night together. Probably won't be here too long, but we had to talk about this. It's too big. Taking a look at Sean over here. Death, taxes, Billy's game disaster play calling. It benefited us for once. I love it. I love being on the other side of this. So that was terrific. Look at Hoops Talk 69. Excellent Kobe Bryant photo there. Smart of Billy to shove LaVine in the corner to close the game. Very Westbrook-esque there. Billy's in Spain with no S right now. Nate and 5. I love it. Joe Quintero 96. I'm also bummed he didn't get steal number 7, but it's a career high game. You gotta love what you can get. That's good. That's good. Sean dissing in on George Hill. Not a great night, but he's iffy. The veterans always have iffy nights between Hill and Al Horford. It really, you can't rely on them to be great every time. Kenrich Williams, I got to give it up to the guy from TCU. Excellent performance off the bench, 14 points, 5 rebounds. We've given him his gruff early on, but he's steadily becoming a better role player. Now he might be horrible the next night, but that's just how this type of player goes. It's just how it goes sometimes for Kenrich. But when he has a good game, you stand up, you give him a round of applause, and that is what's earned out of Kenrich Williams tonight. Dylan Young, who has been hot on the Twitter feed tonight. Great work. Excellent stuff. When will we stop expecting Lou Dort to come back to earth and maybe just assume he's good? I think I'm there. I think I'm there. Just the improvement in the 3-point performance. Now, there always is a sophomore slump. We'll see what happens with Lou there. I know that's not what you want to hear, Dylan, but with Lou, you just never know. That guy is going to give it his all every time. He just keeps getting better. His improvement is really, really taking note from people around the league, and you gotta love it. You just gotta love it, and there's so much to be encouraged by that. Think of the alternative of when he falls off. Look, let's just assume, knock on some wood here. Let's assume Lou Dort falls off. What are you gonna do? Be happy he fell off? Let's just enjoy his success and root for continued success. So that's how I'm gonna look at it. Dort put himself in MVP conversation tonight. I think he at least definitely put himself in one of the first team all defenses. Second team probably is more likely his ceiling this year, but I think he is going to be a perennial all defensive player. And definitely one of the best 3-and-D guys in the league by far. Name 5. Mark outcoached his father. Yes, the learner has become the master. Old Marky D took out Billy, ever since he was an assistant to the head coach. People forget, not an actual assistant head coach, but rather his official title was assistant to the head coach. He was basically Billy Donovan's Dwight Schrute, picking up towels, operating the team any way he could. And, he took a really interesting path into the league. So you really got to give a lot of credit to Mark Dignault. Really excellent run. But Sean asked if Dort could be MIP. I mean, it's definitely possible. He has improved a ton. It's a lot of really impressive stuff out of Lugan's Dort. Really depends on how people valued him last year. But again, the guy was in the D League. He was playing for the OKC Blue. So I think that's a very real possibility if he keeps this up. And if the Thunder can kind of float around and be somewhat relevant, not worst team in the league level, but good enough to get some noise. Hey, maybe I could see it there. Nate does note second-year players usually don't win it, but Lou Dort has broken some ground before. But I don't know. I think a really interesting question is, does he get into the rookie sophomore game? Which I know nobody cares about, but I think Lou Dort is a very good selection there, particularly because he is international, which they usually try to split those up between, the American players and the international, and they do like a world versus USA thing. So I think Lou Dort definitely fits in that category. It is a very packed international field, but it's one that I think Lou Dort has definitely been playing at the top of the crop anywhere for sophomores, no matter where they are. Let's talk MVP for tonight. I think it has to be it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The guy absolutely powered us all the way through tonight. Great shooting as well. 13 for 19, 3 for 5 from 3. He was efficient. He was dishing the rock out. He just that is like the best game. That's one of the best games I've seen out of Shai, and he just keeps getting better every time you keep giving him the entire keys to this offense. He just keeps improving, keeps moving on, looks more and more steady of himself. He scores more at ease. Some of those finishes, I've been watching his highlights and everything since he was a Clipper. I still have no idea how some of those don't get blocked. It's miraculous. It's almost Harden-like. He just gets to the rim like a hot knife through butter. It's shea butter. I guess there you go. But God, yeah. Sean notes only 1 turnover. Crazy game from Shai. So yeah, this is great. Sean also notes, this team's very fun, even though we're playing, Ariza and Miller, not that much money not to play. But I don't care. We're still paying Kyle Singler off. Honestly, I would gladly pay $5 a night to not watch Kyle Singler. So I'm very okay with that. Kyle Singler, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. Anyways, MVP Shai, underrated guy. I don't even know if you can call him underrated because he was the MVP of the overtime. It's Mike Muscala. Really hit big shots when we needed it. Usually when you have a break after a big run in the fourth quarter, sometimes you don't have that momentum. And those big threes that big three really to cap it off and get things going early. But Muscala is the MVP of the overtime period for sure. And absolutely a catalyst to this win. So Muskie gets my Nick Collison Scrappy Player of the Night award. Although got to shout out Isaiah Roby, another solid double-digit performance from him as well. It was a really solid all-around performance. This is a fun team, and if you're not, you got to start watching this team. I wouldn't say like they're must-see TV, but I would definitely start watching them because they're very good, and they're fun. This is the groundworks of something incredible. We have players on this team that are going to be valuable pieces for years to come. Lou Dort, Shai, Baisley. I think these guys are pieces to a team that can, make playoff runs. Maybe who knows if Lou Dort or Baisley are starters long term, but like who we have right now, we have a base for something truly, truly excellent. And get in on the ground floor. Get it, Teo Maladone. That guy's gonna be big time. Tony Parker was not anything his first 2 years in the league, and he blew up. I know there's so many Maladone Parker comparisons that I'm sure he's annoyed by it, but just frankly, this is a guy who has that potential in him that can really, really do great. So Maladone, another great game. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this Friday night. Just me and y'all hanging out, talking some Thunder. This was fun. But hey, hopefully all my Rowdy friends come back in. We have some more good times down the road. I tell you, this team, you can't leave them alone for one night. You can't call it. You can't be like, we're probably good to have an off night, because then Shea will do that. Maybe we should just cancel all of our game or all of our shows maybe a little bit before, and then we'll just have Shea MVP season. I don't know. Falsely get the Thunder to do even better by calling it a good night. But anyways, thank y'all so much again. I'm your host, Bobby Howard. Follow all of our stuff at Boomtown Hoops on Twitter. We got those highlights for you. And yeah, for me and Boomtown Hoops, this has been the Boomtown Hoops postgame show. We'll see you next time.